Okay, we're gonna take the Land Cruiser for a little ride here. This is an extremely heavy, extremely thirsty vehicle. It's really big, weighs a ton. Lumbering is a term that comes to mind. But that said, it is extremely plush and it's actually really fast. It goes 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, which is nuts for a vehicle like this. You generally expect about 8 seconds, maybe 7.5. I'll hammer it here. Super smooth 5.7 liter V8, 381 horsepower, 401 pound-feet of torque. That's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The Sequoia and Tundra use the same engine, but they don't get that 8-speed, which it doesn't help fuel economy at all, but it at least has better shift points. I think it's a little bit better for towing. Super, super smooth ride out of this thing. I can't stress that enough. Didn't get a chance to take this one off-road, but about 1.5 years ago, I had a Land Cruiser loaner, same exact as this vehicle, except it was black, this one's blue. And I took it down to southern Utah, down to one of my favorite little spots. And we did about 30 miles off-road in it. We had it on a dirt road that involved a lot of washboard. We were able to go pretty fast. You can hit 60, 70 miles per hour on this road pretty safely, honestly. And it was really, really impressive. A lot of the off-road vehicles on sale today come with this special branding on their shock absorbers. You've got Chevy Colorado uses Multimatic. You've got Fox is involved with Toyota and Ford. And they try to kind of sell you on all this special branding that's attached to the shock absorbers. They make the springs red and the shock absorbers are all chrome and have stickers on them. Land Cruiser doesn't have any of that, and it still performs just as well as anything else out there. And that's what I really like about this vehicle, is that it's not only is it understated luxury, but it's also understated performance. I hit a manhole cover at about 40 miles per hour earlier, and you barely even felt it. It feels like a luxury car. Everything's super quiet too. This is such a unique vehicle. I really adore it. So as far as used Land Cruisers go, the 200 series has been on sale now since the 2008 model year. It was sold from 2008 to 2011. Toyota took a break for 2012 and then introduced a slightly updated 200 series Land Cruiser for the 2013 model year. The 2013 version was sold through 2015 before Toyota introduced a more heavily updated 200 series for the 2016 model year. And that's what you're looking at here. Very few options were offered on this vehicle. There is a special Heritage Edition Land Cruiser for 2020. The Heritage Edition is kind of cool. It comes with a slightly different grille design, slightly different headlights with black incorporated into them. It doesn't have the door trim. It doesn't have running boards. It doesn't have the center console refrigerator box, and it doesn't have the third row of seats. So addition by subtraction, really. Those are all features that, frankly, Land Cruiser buyers probably don't really necessarily want anyway. So Toyota kind of got rid of them, which saves them money, and then they charge more for the Heritage Edition, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but they can do what they want, I guess. But beyond that, really not a lot has changed with this vehicle, and what I'm getting at is you can now pick up a well-used 200 series from like 2008 or 2009 for low $30,000 range, and that's assuming it has about 150,000 miles on the odometer. Fair amount of wear and tear, but you can assume that these are going to go until 300,000 miles at least, with decent maintenance and proper upkeep. So that's a pretty good deal. Once you get into the updated 2013 model year and 2014, 2015 model years, you're looking at closer to $35,000 to $40,000. And then once you get into the 2016 and newer models, if you accept about 100,000 miles on the odometer, you can pick one up for pretty close to 40K. And actually, that's what I'm hoping to do in the next couple years here. My plan is to find a 2016 or 2017 model year Land Cruiser with maybe around 100,000 miles on the odometer, I could probably do up to 120,000. If I found one with 60, that would be great. And I'd really not like to spend over $40,000. That's kind of ambitious. As time goes by, more of these will come down in price, and I think they'll be pretty attainable for around 40K for a 2016 model. And my plan would then be to buy it, maybe make some slight modifications to it, and then keep it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And I think that would be pretty much the perfect vehicle. It works as a family vehicle. It works as a fun off-roader. You can take it on fun adventures, take it camping. And yeah, so that's my plan. And I think that's pretty indicative of the Land Cruiser market right now. I think we'll see them start to come down in price more once the 300 series is announced. But that vehicle might not even be sold in the United States. So if that turns out to be the case, I think these 200 series will hold their value even better, given that they'll be the last Land Cruiser to be offered here in the US. And if you can snag one for around 40K in the next 2 to 3 years here, I think you'll have a pretty solid investment that will lose value very, very slowly, much more slowly than the average vehicle over the next 10 to 20 years.